welcome back to Lessons Learned. Good to see you here today. It's Monday quilt chat time, a new week and new things to do, or maybe some old things to do. This past weekend was kind of a bust as far as sewing goes. I pretty much didn't sew anything on Sunday, and then Saturday, very little, very little. So it was just one of those days that we had that was good for working outside. And I think I mentioned before that we're starting to prepare the area around two sides of our house for a concrete porch and sidewalks. And Mark was out there with his machine doing some things, and occasionally I helped him out, and then I was outside doing some things myself. And I decided to go and get flowers for this year for all my pots outside. I did not get them planted yet, but at least I've gotten them. It's kind of a delicate dance with flowers here because it can actually freeze again. The rule of thumb in my area is to wait till Mother's Day has passed, which is next weekend. But a lot of times all the flowers are gone. So it's if you get them too early, they could die on you before you get them out, or you could wait and not have much to choose from. So I went this weekend, which is the week before Mother's Day, Derby Day weekend. We had Derby here in Louisville, Kentucky. Everybody knows about Derby, which I didn't even watch it and had really not anything to do with it other than checking the news to see who won. And even that, I really didn't have a clue about that horse or any other horse in the Derby. But it was a nice day for the Derby, and that's always good. You know, it's a great big crowd, something like 250,000 people go to the Derby, and you want it to be a nice day. So they had a nice day for it. So that's that. This coming week, starting on Sunday, it has been raining, and it's going to rain through the week. I think Wednesday is our only dry day, so maybe that day I'll get my flowers planted. And the rest of the week I'll just spend in here sewing as much as I can. So I guess I can share with you my schedule for this week. I'm going to talk about this, and then I'm also going to talk about some of my projects that I'm working on, and then I'm also going to do a channel shout out later on in the video here, and I want to talk to you about some other sew along ideas. We'll talk about that before we get done here today. So stay tuned. We got lots to talk about. This week I'm working on the Barnstar project still. This is the Barnstar. It's a book, just like the, not Barnstar, Happy Days. This is the Stitch in Heaven Block in the Mud. It's a book, just like the Barnstar sampler book is. So I have two intense projects going on right now in these two projects. So I've assigned myself a whole day to get my stars finished on this month's block. There's 24 stars I need to make, and I'm going to spend an entire day working on that. I mean, they're simple stars. What are they called? I can't remember. They're setting stars, but well, here it is. These kind of stars. Everybody knows how to make those. But, you know, you got to get your colors in the right place and all that stuff. So sometimes I find myself just sitting and staring at fabric thinking, okay, which colors go where? Because I give you some artistic freedom with it, but at the same time, you got to look at the whole big picture too. You guys know how it is when you're choosing colors. And I'm going to do one day of that, and then I'm going to do also a one day on Barnstar. I have the second number 3 block to make. I wasn't crazy, like I said on Friday, about the colors, how they're coming out on my Barnstars, but I think in the end it's all going to come together. So I want to do that second third one, and then possibly get into the number 4 blocks as well. And I'm going to do that today. So since I had kind of a, I don't want to say lazy weekend, because it wasn't lazy. I actually was pretty wore out from the weekend. But as far as sewing goes, it was light. So I'm going to jump into that today and spend some time on the Barn Star Sampler. Tomorrow I'm going to finish those stars on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday I'm going to get back to the library quilt, because that's a fun project and it's going to go together fast if I can just get in there and get at it. So I'm going to spend a day on the library quilt and see how far I get. And I also have plans to sandwich the Friend Kit quilt. Let me show you that again. This is a quilt kit that I received anonymously from someone who bought it off of So Yeah. It's possible that So Yeah sent it to me. I don't even know. But you remember this from a couple weeks ago. I showed it to you. It's just a simple charm square and background rectangles that I put together and make a great baby quilt. So I'm going to sandwich and quilt and bind that towards the end of this week, starting Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, however long it takes me to get that done. I'm going to work on that. I'm kind of missing quilting. I haven't done any quilting for a while. Various reasons, just the other things I have going on that I want to do. So it's time to quilt something. They say it's not a quilt until it's quilted. So there's a nice, quick, easy top I can do and get out of my queue, which I have many quilt tops in my queue to do. I hope someday to get a long arms sooner rather than later. But I don't know that I can wait forever to quilt my quilt tops. They're starting to pile up. Okay, and then I'm going to do some cleaning in here this coming weekend too. It's time to do a little spiffing up again. We had all of our cleaning and organizing and decluttering that we did in December, and here we are in May. It's time to do a little deeper cleaning than we do normally. Like, we keep our floor clean and our surfaces clean and things like that, but I'm starting to see some bugs in the lights and some dustiness around the trim and things like that, and I don't want to let that get away from me. So that is what my week consists of this week. Here is the quilt for this week. It's called Pieced Rose. Isn't that pretty? I love yellow roses. I don't know that I would say yellow roses are my favorite roses. I just love all roses, which at the moment I don't have any roses. We took our knockout roses out for the project that we're working on. And once we get that all set up, we'll have some new and fresh places to do some landscaping. So maybe I'll get me some yellow roses this time. You can get knockout roses in yellow too. They're a little bit harder to find, but you can get them. Roxanne Ferguson made this quilt from Mayfield, Kentucky, participating in a class with Ruth McDowell at the National Quilt Museum in Paducah. Inspired Roxanne to create her favorite rose. She learned how to draw curved pieces that could be machine pieced. The most fun part was auditioning multiple fabrics to create a realistic look. Several of these fabrics were hand-dyed or hand-painted. Roxanne quilted it on her domestic sewing machine. The quilt was an award winner at the Art Guild show in Mayfield, Kentucky, and was displayed at Quilts with a Kick in Berea, Kentucky. I don't know if you all ever can see this closer up. That's for the purpose of seeing the quilting on there. She just did that on her domestic machine. Beautiful. I love that. Next week, I think I'll have my video ready from the Paducah show this year. So I'll be working on that in the evenings with Mark. to get that ready. Speaking of videos, this week I'm going to try to get those 2 short videos up on technique for the half square triangles and the flying geese. And then Wednesday's video will be the Temu haul that I spoke of last week, I believe. I'm going to get that up right quick for you and out of the way. And then I can start concentrating on making that Paducah video. And then beyond that, we'll talk in a minute. Let's see. I wanted to give a channel shout out to someone. I've never really done that. I may have mentioned some other people's channels before, but this is an official shout out that I'm going to give to a brand new channel that's just starting out that I found. It came up in my feed. I'm not sure why. Now I have my hexagon project going, and I'm always looking for tips on that. And this video came up about sewing hexagons together on the machine. And this quilter, she has some tips on how to do that. So I watched her video, and it actually is a very popular video on her channel. Now, she's a brand new channel. She only has 130 something subscribers, and she's only been going for 2 months. And she's got 20 videos, and I haven't watched all of her videos yet, but I've watched a few of them. And let me just read you what her bio information is here. She says, "Hi, Roger and Joy are full-time RVers traveling all over the USA in our 44-foot fifth wheel toy hauler. Joy is a passionate quilter and uses the garage, in quotation marks, of their home as her sewing studio. This channel will have videos related to sewing, quilting, and travel." And the channel name is RnJOYnLIFE. So RnJOY, or Roger and Joy Enjoying Life. I'll put that on the screen here and in the description box so you can find the channel. And go over there and subscribe to Joy. When she says she's using the garage of her home, the travel trailers, some of them have what's called a garage in the very back where you can keep an ATV or motorcycle or bicycles, or sometimes people have it as a bedroom, and then when you stop you can open it all up and it can even be like a deck, like an open deck. But she's made hers into a sewing room. So that was pretty cool. I wished I would have thought of that when we bought our trailer. I had a nice sewing room in the RV. So go out there and check out some of her videos. And the Hexie video that she made that I'm referring to, I'll try to link it too if I can remember. It's called Joining Hexie Sections is what she calls it. No, that's not it. It's Sewing English Paper Piecing by Machine. Easy enough. EPP by Machine. So go check her out. I sent her a little message on one of her videos telling her that I was going to shout her out today. So send her a message on a video that you watch and tell her that I sent you. And subscribe if you can. Help support these quilting ladies. We can all use support from our audience as you guys watch videos and pick up tips and tricks from us. So there's that. And then I also wanted to talk about sew-along ideas. I would like to hear again. Now, I love to listen to all the suggestions. I really, really do. I don't always pick one of your suggestions, but sometimes one of your suggestions will send me in a direction in my mind of ideas and help me to come up with something. So put in the comments today what kind of sew-along you would like for us to do. One of the next 2, I'll say. I do have something kind of queued up for one, like a one-time sew along, maybe I would have just one video on it or 2 videos on it, and then you're free to run wild with it. Or if you want something more structured that would be several in a series, then give me some ideas. Whatever comes to your mind, or whatever you're interested in, something you've been wanting to try, something that's somewhat beginner friendly. It doesn't have to be easy, but I can do that too. So whatever you're thinking, just put it down there, and I'll take a look. I'll make a list of what you've suggested and see what comes out of it. Okay, so this is going to be a busy week. I'm not going to have any excuses to not be in here because it's going to be raining most of the week. So I hope you have a busy week in your sewing room too. And thanks for stopping by here. I love chatting with you. And we'll be seeing each other during the week. Have a great one. Bye.